All right, welcome back to Just Gonna Vibes. I'm here with my bro, Big Steph.
You already
Talk
know.
about it, man. How's everything?
Good man, good. I had my first experience going to the
Woo.
Emirates. Loved it. So much to talk about.
Oh my
But
gosh.
ultimately, a lot of business to get down to with Arsenal specifically in terms of this league title push.
Talk about it.
Some people say it's over already. I'm hearing in certain groups. Some people are already calling it quits, but we'll
Well,
see.
we're
We'll see
we're,
how you feel.
we're good points behind though. Yeah,
Yeah,
Liverpool. So there's some validity to it. But
yeah.
first, let's dive into that game, brother. Happy belated first and foremost. And I
Thank
know
you,
you
thank you,
experienced that game. Just
thank
talk
you.
about the atmosphere. Just talk about the anticipation of that game and everything leading up to it.
Bro, the build up to that game, it's always a big game when you play Man City,
Of course.
especially with the rivalry we've been building over the last couple of years. We've been
Hmm.
really pushing for a few league titles. They have won a few league titles. So it's like kind of that rivalry every single time you play them, you want to beat them. We beat them 5-1 at our ground last season.
Yeah.
Going into this game, my experience, got off the train, you see the people, you walk it through the turnstiles, and the energy is crazy.
Woo!
Atmosphere, you North London forever hits like crack, man.
Oh my
But
gosh.
again, if you start hot, the fans were lovely,
Hmm.
but then you go down 1-0 in 10 minutes, and then that kind of
Yeah.
changes the whole atmosphere of the ground. The City fans, credit to City fans, they were loud. They
Hmm.
showed out, and for large periods of the game, fan it was a fan next to me who was sitting there saying Arteta got it wrong, saying he didn't like the lineup, saying he didn't like so
Hmm.
much about the game. And then ultimately, right as he left, we ended up scoring the winning goal with Gabriel Martinelli, who steps up again.
Woo!
Massive,
That
massive wave for the club, man. So big up Gabby Martinelli, big up Eze,
hundred
because
percent.
what an assist. And then
Yeah, that was a nice floaty.
and we needed at least to get a draw from that game, but gutted not to get the first result, but ultimately happy to go to the Emirates for the first ever time. I've dreamed about that
Hundred
for
percent.
years, man. Dreamed about it for years.
Hundred
So
percent. Yeah, we're at the bar and watching it. Totally different experience, but
yeah,
shout out to Fancy Free. There was super dope vibes. But the first half was completely different to the second half. The first half we look a little
yeah,
out of
we
it.
weren't good enough. We were poor.
Just talk about that from first hand experience.
It was a weird one because going into that game, I was I was left frustrated by the lineup because
Yeah,
Moreno, Rice, and Zubamendi. I've been saying for so long that that does not work, and not that
yeah,
Moreno and Rice aren't good players. They just don't work together as a pair in front of Zubamendi, and that's something I
fair,
think we've seen even in the Forest game when Rice was
true.
rested, and we saw Moreno playing with the 10 with
Hmm.
Odegaard or Waneri when he came on. We played the best football of the season. Playing
True.
Rice there, I know you want to play your best player in Rice. I know you want to play your best player in Zubamendi, but I just think you're hurting yourself, Arteta, in doing that. But again, the first half was poor, and I think that's why he
Yeah,
ultimately had to bring on Eze, bring on Saka. It was good to see Saka back. And yeah, first half was just not good enough. Moreno didn't play good, and I'm one of his biggest defenders on my channel. I talk about him at length. I didn't think he played well. Noni Madueke played decent in the first half, then got injured,
fair.
took
Yeah,
taken off. Trossard for long stretches of that first half wasn't poor, but he just wasn't getting in the right areas that I personally want to see him in, dropping
yeah,
inside and giving us a little bit of help. But yeah, man, first half wasn't good at all. But we needed to make changes, and credit to the manager, at least he made them, and at least we came up with something.
yeah. A lot of the fans thought like Eze was gonna start
Yes,
that
I
game,
thought so
and when
too.
I looked at the starting lineup, no Eze, a little strange from Arteta. But when he came on, it showed the difference. Credit to
Yes,
him. So, but
absolutely.
we definitely move on. They
Would you
left
have?
on.
Oh, quick question on Nige.
Yeah, yeah,
Would you have
totally.
started Mascara in that game, or you would continue to go with Saliba? Because that was also a big talking point. People were
See,
saying
that is also
Mascara
good.
has
That's
been consistent. He's been playing the
hmm
minutes. Saliba's first game back, Gabriel looked pretty slow tracking back Haaland, and even in person, he
yeah,
kind of looked like not like he was playing injured, but he definitely looked like he was. I've never seen Gabriel run that slowly back. Is was what I'm
yeah.
saying. So, would you have went with Mascara, or would you have gone with Saliba?
I would have definitely gone with Saliba for the
That's
main
fair.
reason
That's fair.
that Man City
Yeah.
is a different type of beast for Mascara, and I think that would be too much for him. And what if on the flip side, Mascara goes in and he just have a sloppy first half, and Holland just babies him and start pulling out his
Yeah.
hair and just three
Yeah.
goals in like 15 minutes, and then he has to get subbed off for Saliba, and then
Yeah.
Saliba comes in, and then he has to make some. It could go a lot of different
Yeah.
ways. So I'm
It could
happy
have
it
went. It
played
could have
out
went either
that
way.
way. and it is
It
what
is.
it is. Saliba's a beast anyway. So,
Yes.
and it's unfortunate Mascara's been doing credit to Mascara. He's been on a phenomenal run, and he's showing his worth. And I know his agents are smiling right now. They're so happy.
Woo.
Um,
Rolling in the
yeah.
dough.
Oh my
Rolling
gosh,
in the
they're
dough.
so
Of course
happy.
they're
But
smiling.
credit to him. He's putting in the work. He's
Yeah,
showing his worth.
absolutely.
He's making his
Absolutely.
family. He's making the team proud. And I hope he gets some playing time. And we've seen that in the Port Vale matchup. That community, was it the Carabao Cup?
Carabao Cup.
Somebody call
Yep.
it the Moose Cup. I'll just call it the Moose Cup. But yeah. We saw bits and pieces of him. So it's good to see him get some playing time as well. So
Yeah,
moving
yeah.
on to that game, we also crushed that game as well on a different result from Man City. Two was it
2-0.
2-0?
2-0. Yeah,
Yeah,
2-0.
yeah. So Kepa started. We got some we got some players in Ranieri.
Yep.
A lot of people got some burn. Talk about that game.
Yeah, it was a very solid performance. For credit to Arsenal because you go away from home, and we
Yeah,
seen with Man United they lost to Grimsby. We've seen other teams, other Premier League teams, have very very difficult games, especially
fair
going to
enough.
these lower league grounds. We got our goal early. Credit to Eze getting his first Arsenal goal. Really good goal, dummy by
Hmm.
Lewis Skelly. Very good finish by Eze.
100%.
And from there, all people talk about the game was boring. I mean, I don't have a problem with the game being boring against Port Vale. You just
Yeah,
come there to do the business. You get the business done, and you go home. That's all.
that's
That's all I
facts.
wanted from a performance like that, especially when you go away from home again, in
Facts.
one of the teams that always give us trouble every single season in Newcastle. So for against Port Vale, I just want to see players that are given minutes take their
Yeah,
opportunities when they can. And Eze took his opportunity. I thought Mascara played well, like you said. Trossard came off the bench, took his opportunity again with another wonderful goal.
yeah,
Martinelli, I think, got an assist as well, so he's continuing his hot streak. So
yeah,
credit to the guys that got their minutes. Credit to the guys that performed. And yeah, man, it was a comfortable performance. We have Brighton in the next round, so I'm not
yeah,
expecting to go through like wiping the floor with Brighton, but I take that draw any day of the week if
yeah.
I'm being quite honest with you.
Same here. But also in that game, we saw Saka. He got a little crunchy tackle, but he was also Arteta said he was also scheduled to come out the same time he was subbed out. Just what are your thoughts on that? That knock he got. They also said on like Arsenal.com the latest update. He's skeptical. He's skeptical for the Newcastle game, depending on the situation. But just talk about that knock.
I mean, it looked like a nasty one. It really
Yeah,
looked like a nasty one. I hope he's fit. Saka has been strong over the last couple of years, and then recently over the last season or so, he's been picking up injury after injury,
yeah,
especially with the two hamstrings. So
yeah,
I hope it's not nothing too big because we already lost Noni Madueke for a few months.
yeah.
Uh,
Jeez,
that it's not
talk
looking good.
about it, man.
Good
Jeez.
thing is Trossard's in form, Martinelli's in form, but you
Yeah,
want your best players to play in the biggest games.
fair enough.
So I
Yeah,
think I think Saka I think Saka's a strong guy, man. If there's any
yeah.
bit
He a
of a chance
beast.
for Saka to play, he's gonna play, and that's
Yeah,
the type of guy he is. That's the type of character
I think so.
he always plays. So I think he will play, but
Yeah,
it did look like a nasty one. I cannot lie. I cannot lie. But one thing I'll say to that is I hate when people say, "Oh, he shouldn't have been playing. He shouldn't have done this. He should." I mean, it's football. It could have happened whether he was
exactly.
playing against Newcastle, whether he was playing against Man City, whether he was playing against Port Vale. It's football. Anything can happen at any given moment. The
Hundred
same way how he
percent.
was playing against Leeds, he ran through the channel and then pulled his hamstring or pulled up for a second.
Yeah.
Anything at any moment can happen. So I'm not putting it too much on the manager. That's football. Injuries happen in football. But my question to you is, Nige, do you
Hmm.
think injuries are becoming like a big thing for Arteta under this management? Because Hincapie already comes in, he's injured.
Yeah.
Norgard just came back from injury. We see Odegaard battle two injuries. Saka injured. Saliba had an injury with rolling his ankle. We've dealt with so many injuries just to
Yeah.
even start this season, and then not even talking about last season that killed our season. Do
Yeah.
you think Mikel Arteta has a big issue with injuries over the in his camp?
No, 100%. It shows based on what you just said, like a bunch of injuries and we consistently get injured. Maybe that's something to do with his training style. Maybe he pushes them to the limit and wants the, every day 100% training, show up, show your best, and that obviously transitions into the gameplay
Yeah,
because you need rest and recovery as well. Maybe the rest and recovery is not there, and translates into these injuries. But I do think it's something to highlight and something to look at.
yeah,
Um, at the end of the day, we do have the depth, and
yeah,
that's what he paid the big money for. That's what he got Cronky there for. but at the end of the day, it's a lot of weight on his shoulder too, because he
Absolutely.
a lot of money. We need silverware at the end of the day, and this cup, fair enough. All the teams, all the big teams like Liverpool and such played their full team like Isaac and everything
Yeah.
for these minor, these lower level teams, quote unquote.
Yeah.
So fair enough for the teams taking this seriously,
Yeah.
because it is a cup at the end of the day, and they're going for it.
And I don't think Mikel Arteta has any more rope to let cups slip by or play a rotated like he doesn't have that
Exactly,
he doesn't have that leeway anymore to go 5 seasons
exactly,
no trophy. You at least have to bring home something. So
exactly,
I want to see him take every cup seriously this season. I think we have the depth even with injuries. We
hundred
still play
percent.
Liverpool with no Saka. Saliba went out in the first 2 minutes, and we still should have won that game for
Yeah,
different spells of it. And we've played a lot of this season with different guys going on the side. Havertz, I
yeah,
didn't even mention Havertz, and we're playing Yokerez up front like a bull cow. What happens
yeah.
if Yokerez gets injured? We don't have no strip. We're back in the same place playing Marino up front
Like a bull count.
like a bull cow.
Yeah. No, that's
Literally
true.
though,
That's true. No, hundred
literally
percent.
though. But
Yeah, that's
so
fair.
I'm concerned about the injuries. I won't sit here and lie. I'm one of Mikel Arteta's biggest advocates, but I'm very
Yeah,
concerned about the amount of injuries and
yeah,
how frequently the injuries are happening. But
100%.
yeah, man, he has to win a cup. He has to bring home at least something this season. Absolutely.
100%. Another person we forgot to miss, Captain Odegaard. His
Yeah.
injury as well. He's also doubtable for Newcastle. But we also do have Eze. Who do you want to see going into that Newcastle? I guess we could transition right into that Newcastle game. Who do you want to see on this Sunday start? Eze, he's been, goal and an assist last two games.
Yeah.
Would you like to see Odegaard rest a little bit and then give Eze some shine? What are your thoughts?
It's a tricky one, a
Yeah,
very very tricky one because I've been going back and forth in my mind about what do I want the midfield specifically to look like.
yeah,
Because again, we go against Newcastle. That's a very physical, strong team. Do you go Rice, Zubamendi, and whoever?
yeah.
Maybe either Odegaard or Eze. But that also depends on who you go left wing.
True.
I don't mind Eze playing left wing and Odegaard playing the 10. But Odegaard has been picking up that injury, and he looked like he aggravated it last time. So I'd
Yeah,
probably give Ed Odegaard a little bit of a rest. He's
fair.
training, so he might play. He trained
True.
today, and he will train tomorrow. So
Mm-hmm.
I'm expecting him that he will definitely be on the bench at least.
Yeah,
I'm probably leaning towards Eze in the 10, just
yeah.
because, especially in the City game, he looked like he wanted the ball in those central areas, and I think
True.
that's what's going to be key to break down this Newcastle side. Who it's very interesting to see. I don't know how
Yeah,
Newcastle are going to approach this game because I'm thinking, are they going to use their pace? Are they going to hit us on the counter attack,
yeah.
or are they going to play their football? Because we've seen their Champions League team now. Walter Maida is a good striker. He's already been scoring the goals for them.
Fair enough. Yeah.
Gordon has been scoring goals for them. So we'll see. We'll see how they approach the game. But to answer your question directly, I'm probably leaning a little bit towards Eze,
Mm-hmm.
but it's really on how Newcastle really set up, which is difficult to say at the moment, to be honest. What about you? Who would you go with
I would.
in the midfield?
I would. Obviously, I love Captain Odegaard, but I would just keep it going as a because just for that rest because
Yeah,
we do have a lot of games, right? We have
yeah,
a
absolutely.
Olympiacos Wednesday.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe Odegaard could start, but vice versa. But we
Yeah,
definitely need to like. I would go to Eze just cause he had a calm Port Vale game goal, obviously first goal. Continue, I would let him start, but again, you made a very good point with Newcastle. It all depends on how they set up because they also had to change how they lost a lot of players as well with Isaac. Obviously, that big controversy, but they do have a different striker. He's a little big, versatile, more of a holding
mm-hmm.
striker.
Mm-hmm.
Isaac is more like cut through the line kind of poacher type in a sense,
Mm-hmm.
my opinion. So it's a little like you said. What's his name? The coach, I forgot his name.
Eddie Howe. Eddie
Eddie
Howe.
Howe. Eddie Howe just got to figure out. He's a good coach, so he knows he comes correct with big clubs. So
Yeah.
I think they do have Bruno, they do have Tonali. They have a solid midfield, but again, depends on how they play us.
I can't remember who we played in the preseason when we beat them, but I know Moreno played because he scored. Havertz
Yeah,
played up front. I think
yeah,
Norgard might have played that game as well. So I'm not really sure about how he'd line up for
yeah,
me personally. If I was to
Hmm.
just give my midfield three, I'll go Zubamendi, Rice, and Eze.
Same.
I'd go Martinelli just because he's in form. I have to
Of
respect it.
course.
I'd get Martinelli off the left.
Yep.
I'd go Gyökeres and Saka.
Yep.
And then defense picks itself. I think Calafiori has been one of our best players to start the season.
Yeah.
Saliba and Gabriel. Do we have to even mention how good those pair are?
They're
And Ben
yeah.
White has been back. Good to see Ben White back. I forgot to mention
That's
Ben White
true.
as
That's a
well.
toss up.
Good to see Ben White as well. And Timber looked like he's been carrying a knock in a few of these games. He doesn't really look
Yeah.
himself over the last two games. But
Fair
again,
play. Yeah.
Yuri and Timber is someone that I think is solid, and he's one of the best right backs in the
Got
world.
heart.
And I think, and I'd lean a little bit more towards Timber
I
just for
agree.
solidity, and then David Raya in goal. So that's kind of how I would line up the team.
100%.
That's kind of how I
I'm
would
right
line up
there
the
with
team.
you.
You have pace. You have players that will play the risky passes in Eze.
Hmm.
You have Saka, Saka and Eze have a good link up. I want to see that link up continue to build. I want to see that those guys build a partnership,
Yeah.
especially with Yuri and Timber as well. And then from there, you have depth on the bench like we talked about. You have Odegaard off the bench, Waneri, even Max Doman could come in, and who we
That
saw
depth.
in the
Yeah.
preseason against Newcastle win the penalty. So you have the
Yep.
depth on the bench to get the job done. And Trossard
Fair
as well.
enough.
So we'll see, man. We'll
Fair
see.
enough.
I think we should be winning this game. Absolutely.
Yeah. Speaking of winning, our striker Gurkeres. Do you think we figured it out yet with him in terms of playing style and just chemistry wise?
Absolutely not. Absolutely not. And it's kind of frustrating to me because even in person, I find even in person when I watch the Man City game, there's so many times where you could have slipped Gyökeres in. Zubamendi could have done it. Moreno
Yeah.
could have done it. So many times I'm watching these guys and Gyökeres is making these runs and they're just playing it out to the wing. I'm just
Yep.
like, why are you not playing Gyökeres in behind? Why are you not feeding Gyökeres? And the goal we scored came from playing up a striker or playing the person up front in behind. And that pass
Exactly.
and in person it's even more frustrating because you get to see the whole pitch. That
Yep.
pass was on every single time on Man City. I wanted Madueke to get the ball. So
Yep.
many times I was like, Madueke, make the run, make the run, make the run. Trossard, make the run, please. But no, one, the players don't make the runs, and two, we don't play the pass. And no, when you
True.
have Martinelli who comes on with the intention to make the run, you have
Hmm.
Eze who came off the bench with the intention to make the pass. You get the
Hmm.
goal you could have gotten 20, 30, 45 plus minutes ago. So for me, going back to the Gyökeres main point, no, I absolutely do not think they have figured it out with Gyökeres. And for me, it's even saddened because I don't think they even trust Gyökeres up to now.
Yeah.
I don't think they
No,
trust
no,
him.
no. 100%.
I
I see
don't think they
bits and
trust him,
pieces of it. Yeah.
and that's scary because
Yeah.
if Arsenal are to win something this season, Gyökeres has to bang.
Yeah.
He absolutely has to bang. You don't
Yeah.
bring in a striker for that kind of money, and you don't you have to feed him. You have to give him the chances to put the
Yeah.
ball in the back of the net. And if he well, first of all, one thing I think is a double edged sword. One, I don't think we've been playing to Gyökeres' strength to make him look good and let him acclimatize to the team. But I still want to see Gyökeres get better as a player himself. I want to see his hold up play get better. It's not really that good. I want to see him
Yeah.
take the ball on his chest a little bit better and develop, like Haaland did. Haaland this
Yeah.
season is not the Haaland from even 2 seasons ago who scored
Nah, he
36
turned it
goals.
up. Level up.
He's
Yeah.
been leveling up. So for me, I know it's going to take some time. It's only 5 games in the Premier League in, but I need to see Gyökeres develop some more of his overall game to get better. If we're going to get better
100%.
as a team, honestly,
Do you think that's something to do with Arteta's playing style? Mostly, it's
a
mostly
little
the
bit.
coaching style, or mostly just the players just don't trust the runs, or
I think it's a little bit of both because when you go from not having a guy like Gyökeres for so long and playing with a guy like Kai Havertz who likes to drop deep in those pockets of spaces and playing off of Havertz and then maybe
yeah,
playing from there, I think the guys got to get a bit more. They have set patterns and ways they're looking to play. I think it goes a little bit on both. I think the patterns of play, like I said, I think the guys are gonna have to get used to Gyökeres, but I think
hmm,
there's also the onus on players. Like it took Eze coming off the bench to play Martinelli in behind.
fair,
It takes the willingness of as a player. Sometimes a player has to say, you know what, this is me. I'm playing that pass. I'm
yeah,
making this dribble. I'm taking on these players. I'm taking this shot. I'm I'm making something happen in the game. And
hundred
that's what
percent,
you buy your Eze for moments of brilliance. And that's what you have Saka for moments of brilliance. And that's
fair,
what you have Odegaard and other players for. So I think it's a little bit of both. I think it's on the manager, yes. But I've even seen signs with us as a team. We're trying to get there. We're trying to play that transition football. We're trying to win the ball
hmm,
early and play in the channels earlier. So we're trying,
yeah,
but ultimately it takes not only the manager but also the players to execute on the pitch as well. So a little bit of both, I would say, to be honest.
Yeah, I 100% agree, and I think if Eze starts in Newcastle, we would
Mhm.
see those plays. I
Yeah.
think Eze is the type of player who would throw like we saw with
Put
Martinelli, he
caution to
would
the
go
wind.
for
Yeah.
it. I think he has that free will, kind of like he'll do it. He's the number 10.
Mm-hmm.
He got it on his back. I think he'll go against like, not to say I don't know. I'm just saying he would go against Arteta. Like if Arteta say do his playing style, he'll just play his ball.
Mm-hmm.
More like like a Jack Grealish type sense, like a free roam up there. So hopefully we see that, and hopefully they figure it out. But I do agree, we don't have the chemistry, and we don't have it figured out for some reason. You could say the same with Sesko and Man United too.
Yeah.
Um, they ain't figuring out with Embuemo too. So, but they got a win last time, so we'll see.
Yeah.
Talk
I,
about Sesko as well.
I,
Sesko,
I'm someone that wanted Sesko. I think
oh yeah,
it's hard. It's hard to judge anyone that goes to Manchester United
hundred
because
percent.
they're too inconsistent.
Yeah,
They don't have not that they don't have a style of play. They just I can't remember the last manager that got Manchester United to be, how to put it, just like a proper solid team, a consistent team
yeah.
to
Since
go on a
Fergie,
run.
yeah,
Players have been going there and their careers have fallen off cliffs, and then they leave and then they pick
yeah,
up their career like nothing ever happened. Like Scott McTominay is having a
hundred percent.
life changing experience. I saw Fred go to Fenerbahce under Jose Mourinho, and he was balling out in the Turkish league.
Yeah,
I'm seeing guys that were called dead, that Man United fans were calling dead.
yeah.
Hoyland has already went to Serie A and he scored on his debut.
Going, yeah, yeah,
Lukaku left United and won two Serie A titles. Went to the Champions League final.
yeah.
Again, no, it's hard for
It's
anyone that
rough.
goes to Manchester United for me to give a critique to,
Yeah.
because I think Sesko is a good player. Do I think if he played for Arsenal, he would have scored goals? Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Does that mean that, oh, I'm not even gonna get on him and call him shit or whatever, saying it won't work?
Yeah.
Because I think if Gyökeres went to Manchester United, Gyökeres would be looking just like Sesko. Manchester United don't play well with the
100%.
striker.
Yeah,
They
yeah,
they, they don't connect with their striker at all. Their striker has a graveyard shift. So I feel for Sesko. I feel for
100%.
Sesko a lot as a person, but again, like,
Yeah.
he doesn't play for Arsenal, so I kind of really don't care. I just
It
want I
is
just
what
want
it is.
Gyökeres. I want Gyökeres to bang now. So hopefully
Yeah.
Gyökeres can get it figured out. We desperately need him to score goals. Yeah, man, we desperately need Gyökeres to score goals. Desperately.
I 100% agree, man. Before I let you go, what's your score prediction for this match?
Nigel, I gotta be honest, bro. Anything but a win is not looking good. Because if Liverpool
I
beat
agree.
Palace on Saturday, we're 8 points clear we're 8 points behind before we even kick a ball on Sunday. So
Yeah.
going into that game against Newcastle, against a team who over the last couple of years, yeah, we've won there sometimes, but
Yeah.
they've always given us a frustrating game, even at our best.
100%. It's always
So
a game.
I'll lean 1-0 Arsenal. A scrappy 1-0.
Scrappy.
Hopefully luck is on our side. It wasn't on our
Yeah.
side against Liverpool. So hopefully the 1-0 goes in our favor this time. Just a moment of quality, and yeah, man. I would hope for more goals the better, but I think it's gonna
Yeah.
be 1-0 to the Arsenal.
I'm gonna go for 2-0, 2-0.
Oh,
I think I
okay,
think I
cool.
think Gyökeres, Martinelli gonna continue his thing.
Okay,
Assist by
okay. Go
Eze.
for it.
Eze starts. The solid back line, the same formation like you predicted. But I think we got this. I think Newcastle is a bit different with Isaac.
Mm,
And we could see it. So different mentality, and I think we got it. I definitely think we got it. I mean, we might see, it's gonna be a little midfield battle with Bruno and Tonali.
yeah,
Obviously, it's gonna be a little friction there with our defense.
yeah.
It's gonna be interesting to see how they match up. Zubamendi versus Tonali and all them, that midfield. Really interesting how that Sunday's. I think that's gonna be the real key, getting that
Mm,
midfield, and I think they're gonna really
absolutely,
focus on that midfield. So
absolutely.
it's gonna be really interesting. It's gonna be sluggy for Saka. So hopefully, fingers crossed, Saka is all well. They don't hurt him too much. I know he plays with his heart, and I know they try to hurt him. They try to triple team him and shit like that. So hopefully he is safe. But any final thoughts before I let you go, bro?
Just want to say thank you for having me, bro. Good
100%.
to for more collabs in the future.
Of course.
Support the channel down below, people. Gunner Street, you know where to find me. I post all Arsenal content. So if you like anything Arsenal related, hit the like button, hit the subscribe button on Gunner Street. More
Oh
content
yeah.
coming ASAP. And yeah, man, we just need to win. That's all I want, man. By hook or by
Definitely.
crook. If we stink up the joint and we leave with 3 points, I'll take it every day of the week, man. So just want to
Same
win.
here, man.
Just want to
100%.
win.
All right, brother. I'll talk to you later. Please like, subscribe. Link is at the bottom. Shout out to Big Stuff, Gunner Streets. I'll see you
Already
later,
know.
brother. Peace.
Peace.